All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And, right away, he lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll go on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Final week of the year, an absolute must-win game for them, so they needed to get on the board first. They were able to do just that.
And you laid out the stakes. So just think what they've been working with this entire build-up towards this game. Must win. You've got to get on the board first. They accomplished that. Now they can't have any type of a letdown. Long way to go in this one.
And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. Being chased out left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Gallman. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now back to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On the toss, there goes Gallman. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are in for 6.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And now out come the Jets. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Back 99 Philly.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. He couldn't hook up with Enunwa that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll get it up the middle. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Patriot!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Darnold from the gun. Flushed out right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Darnold on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 30 yards there. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Off of play action, Darnold. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room at the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. They had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Giants on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and a mile.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Shepard deep. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that 2nd attempt. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he steps away. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Officially, 1:54 to go in this first half. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Darnold. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Patriot!
Here's Darnold. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Pass incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. 49. Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing again is Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Darnold from the red zone now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jermaine Kearse in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-17. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little... Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On second down, Darnold. And bulldozing his way through. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That goes for a gain of 31.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. And his kick is good. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a carry for Blount. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Gallman will run it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On the ground, it's Gallman again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Blount. And an alley to run. That hold coming from the middle of the line to center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And Ingram holds it in. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained,
So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Avery Williamson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Back to 89 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Giants are in for 6. And he's able to put it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And now running right through it. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll run it here. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments. I can't believe I just brought that up because Frank Reich, at Maryland in college, did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. A good pickup there at 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Detroit! Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they work this out past the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Gun!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Forced out to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Looking to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for New York. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They were stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I totally believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they wanted to be really aggressive and fake it.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So out now come the Jets. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there, second down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over. At that point.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Detroit!
On 1st down, Darnold finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Darnold from the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. The temptation to go for it. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius. But I do admire that he went for it.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Giants, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.